Let's talk about authenticity for a second. I'm Stacey Louise Smith, intuitive medium, and I was not always okay saying that. I didn't even know I was for a really long time, but I digress. That's a whole nother story. I spent so much of my life trying to fit in, wanting people to like me. This that you see here, the tattoos, the pink hair, me talking about how weird my effing life is, talking about spirit and all that shit, this did not come easy. This is who I always was, but I was terrified to be here for the majority of my life, for over half of my life. Well, yeah, over half of my life to this point. It was a long road to really get to the point where I started to be okay with who I was, and it took a really long marriage to somebody who always made me feel like I wasn't okay for who I was, for me to take the steps to do the work to get here. I got a life coach. I started embracing my gifts, understanding my gifts as an intuitive medium. I've always been an artist. I write poetry, I make jewelry, I'm very creative, I like to teach. And it took so much coaching for me to get out of my own way and just be okay being me. It took me just putting myself out there. Like, I just had to put myself out there. And I realized that so much of what I was afraid of was my own perception of how people were going to react to me. And I learned this as an artist too. Like, when I started making jewelry, I kind of made what I thought people wanted to buy. And I would make these crazy art pieces for myself. But when I would do shows, I would make like what was trendy and what I thought people would want to buy, and I wasn't doing good. And I finally did one art show, and I decided to sell like one of my weird, crazy, bold pieces. And someone came in and bought it, and she was like, "Oh my God, I've never seen anything like this. Like, this is the most amazing piece I've ever seen." And she bought it, and that was all I needed. Like, I realized that when I started to put stuff out there into the world that was very authentically me, the right people are going to find me. And that was really the beginning of that shift. And that was before I even took the spiritual journey and got a life coach. But what I wanted to say is, you might lose people in your life when you start to be your authentic self. Some people won't understand because maybe you've tried to fit into other places, and you have put on a mask or a persona so people would accept you. But I promise you, it is so worth it, because the people who do come into your life, who like get you, like just for being you, like when you are really authentically yourself and you come from your heart space and you just show up and everything is you, you are going to find a tribe that is absolutely unshakable. And those people are going to be your ride and die. And it might be smaller than you had before, but I promise you it's worth it. So that's my a little bit about me. I wasn't always like this. I wasn't always confident. I mean, I still have insecurities, of course, but I know who I am, and I'm okay with who I am. And I look at my flaws as quirks. I'm learning to just accept them as who I am, and show up in the world a little different. And it has been the weirdest, most difficult, but also most rewarding journey ever. So just be you. Just stop trying to make people happy, and stop trying to placate people or fit in. I'm not saying go out there and be mean, unless that's who you really are. If you're really a mean person, just go out there and be mean. Seriously, be authentic, okay? Just be you, because you're going to be a lot happier that way. Anyway, that's all.